You learned early that being good was the right thing to do. Help others. Be generous. Be patient. Be understanding. Maybe someone praised you for it. Maybe nobody did, but you did it anyway because you didn't want to be the kind of person who hurts others. But here is the part no one warned you about. There are people who look at kindness and see opportunity. They don't see your patience, they see access. They don't see your empathy, they see a doorway. They don't see your heart, they see a resource. And once they see that, they do not forget. Some people don't take from you loudly. They don't break you violently. They don't demand everything all at once. They take softly, gradually, almost gently. A small favor, a little emotional weight shifted onto your shoulders. A conversation where you listen while they spill everything. A crisis that somehow becomes your responsibility. And you think, it's okay, I'm just helping. But slowly, quietly, you start to disappear. Your time, your energy, your peace, your identity. And one day you realize you don't remember the last time someone cared for you. You don't remember the last time someone asked if you were tired. You don't remember the last time someone looked at you and saw a human being, not a solution. It began with kindness. This video is not about becoming cold. It is about something far more uncomfortable. Recognizing when your kindness is being used to erase you. Before we continue, if you are someone who has given too much, if you've felt the silent exhaustion behind your own smile, if you are tired of holding the world together while no one holds you, then subscribe to DarkPhilsy. Here, we do not just talk about the mind, we unmask it. The first pull. It never starts with taking. It starts with mirroring. Someone appears in your life who seems to understand you effortlessly. They agree with your values, they repeat your beliefs. They say the things you've always wished someone else would say. And you think, finally, someone who gets me. But what you don't see, not yet, is that they are not showing you who they are. They are showing you who you want them to be. This is not connection. This is alignment for access. The first pull always feels warm. They compliment your empathy. They admire your thoughtfulness. They tell you that your heart is rare. And maybe it is. But they speak to your goodness before they have earned the right to receive it. And your guard lowers, just a little. Then the tests begin. Subtle ones. They tell you a story of difficulty to see how fast you will comfort them. They share something vulnerable to see if you will carry it. They hint at needing something to see if you will offer it first. They are not learning about your kindness, they are measuring its responsiveness. How easily does your heart move? How quickly do you feel responsible for the emotions of others? How deeply do you want to be good? These are not questions they ask with words. They ask them with behavior. And your answers decide everything that comes next. Because once a certain type of person sees your kindness as predictable, the trap is already forming. Not through manipulation, not through force, but through pattern. And patterns are harder to escape than cages. The invisible exchange.
Every relationship is built on an exchange. Time, energy, attention, support. But when your kindness becomes expected, not appreciated, the exchange becomes invisible. Meaning, they take and you feel like you're supposed to give. You listen to their worries for hours, but they never ask how you're holding up. You check on them when they go quiet, but no one notices when you disappear. You show up when they're struggling, but your pain is met with silence. And the most dangerous part is not the imbalance itself. It's the story you tell yourself to justify it. Maybe they just have a lot going on. They didn't mean to forget. I shouldn't expect anything back. That's selfish. It's fine. I'm strong. That last one is the one that traps you. I'm strong. Strong enough to handle emotional weight. Strong enough to be patient. Strong enough to keep giving. You don't ask for support because you don't want to be a burden. But consider this. If someone is willing to lean on you without ever noticing the cost, are they really someone you're protecting? Or someone you're allowing to consume you? The people you help the most are often the ones who learn to live without ever having to consider your needs. Not because they are evil, not because they are malicious, but because you made the cost invisible. An invisible generosity becomes expected generosity. An expected generosity becomes owed generosity. And that is where your kindness turns into debt. Not theirs, yours. Because you begin to feel guilty when you finally need something back. That is the trap. You didn't lose your kindness. You just gave it to someone who only knew how to take.
The slow consumption. There's a moment where everything begins to shift. It never happens in one dramatic scene. It happens in tiny ways that are easy to overlook. They start replying slower, but expect you to reply quickly. They start sharing less about their life, but demand access to your inner world. They start showing less gratitude, but ask for more favors. And the most painful one, they stop seeing your support as care and start seeing it as obligation. They don't say thank you. They don't acknowledge your effort. They don't even notice your exhaustion. Because now you've taught them that you will always be there. Your kindness has become the background, part of the environment, expected, automatic, like oxygen, like running water, like light when you flip a switch. They don't think about it because they've never had to. And here is where the true damage happens. You begin to believe that your value is in what you provide, that your worth is in what you give, that your identity is in how much weight you can hold. You stop being a person and become a function, a supporter, a rescuer, a healer, a safe place. But no one remembers that even the healer bleeds. No one asks who holds the one who holds everyone else. So you start holding your own pain in silence. You cry alone, break alone, recover alone, and show up again the next day as if nothing is wrong. Not because you are weak, but because you believe disappearing is better than disappointing. This is the point where most people break, but quietly, with a smile on their face, in a room where no one is watching, and the world calls it strength. But you know the truth. You are tired, deep inside, bone tired, soul tired, tired in a way that sleep does not fix, tired from giving to people who never learned how to give back. That is the cost of kindness without boundaries, a slow death the world will praise you for. The breaking point. There comes a day where something shifts. Sometimes it's small, a forgotten promise, a dismissive tone, a moment where they look at you and don't even see you. And something inside says, no more. It is not anger, not rage, not revenge. It is clarity. The moment you see the entire pattern, not just the actions, but the meaning behind them, you realize they never intended to help you back. They never considered your feelings. They never saw your giving as something extraordinary, because to them, your kindness was the floor they walked on. Always there. Always stable. Always under their feet. And now comes the hardest truth. They were not the villain. You taught them how to treat you. Not because you were foolish, but because you were loving. You gave without teaching them how to give back. You healed without asking who would heal you. You stayed solid without asking who would hold you when you fall. And now, the breaking point is here. The choice is no longer about them. It is about you. Do you keep disappearing for the comfort of others? Or do you step back, not to punish, but to return to yourself? This moment is not the end of your kindness. It is the beginning of your self-respect.
Why some people take. There is a point in your life where you must stop pretending everyone can be reached. Not everyone is wounded. Not everyone is searching for healing. Some people are exactly what they appear to be when you remove the excuses. Predators. They are not broken. They are not misunderstood. They are not waiting for the right love to awaken something sacred inside them. They are organized around one principle. Take. Take your time. Take your attention. Take your loyalty. Take the softness in your voice and the patience in your chest. Take the energy you save for the people who matter. And once the taking no longer benefits them, they discard you like a tool that has worn out. You were never dealing with a person in the way you understand people. You were dealing with a strategy wearing a human face. This is the mistake the good-hearted make. They assume everyone feels guilt the way they do. Everyone reflects the way they do. Everyone fears hurting others the way they do. But those who feed on others feel none of that. There is no internal alarm. There is no recoil. There is only the calculation, how much more can I extract before I move on? You cannot heal someone who does not recognize harm. You cannot save someone who does not see people as real. And you cannot transform someone whose entire identity depends on never changing. So understand this. Walking away from these people is not abandonment. It is self-defense. Your empathy is not medicine to them. It is nutrition. Stop feeding what is designed to consume you.
How to protect yourself without becoming cold. You do not need to stop being kind. You need to stop giving where there is no capacity to receive. This requires 3 shifts. 1. Do not give faster than someone gives back. Not the same size, not the same form, not perfectly equal, just enough to show they also carry weight. If you check on them, they should check on you. If you listen, they should make space to listen back. If they don't, you step back. Not as punishment, as alignment. 2. Speak your needs early. If you say nothing, you are teaching them that you need nothing, and people believe what you teach them. So, say it. I'm tired. I need support too. I can't carry this alone. My time also matters. Not as blame, as truth. The right people grow closer. The wrong people fall away, which is exactly what needs to happen. 3. Learn to disappoint others. This is the hardest one, because somewhere along the way, you learn that being good means never letting anyone down. But listen carefully. Sometimes you must let someone down in order to not let yourself fall apart. Disappointment is not cruelty. Disappointment is a boundary. If they cannot tolerate your boundaries, they were never here for you, only for what you provided. Protecting your heart does not require you to become cold. It requires you to become clear. Kindness without clarity destroys you. Kindness with clarity transforms you. You do not lose your compassion. You learn where to place it. And that is the beginning of transformation. The return to self. There is a moment after you step back that feels strange, quiet, almost empty. Not because you lost someone, but because you are finally hearing yourself again. At first, you will feel guilt. You will wonder if you were too harsh, if you should have tried harder, if maybe they'll think you are cruel now. Let the guilt come. Do not run from it. Guilt is what happens when you stop abandoning yourself. You are not used to choosing yourself, so it feels unfamiliar. But sit with it. Something subtle begins to change. You begin to remember what it feels like to have space, to wake up without emotional weight already pressing on your chest, to go a day without checking on someone who never checked on you, to have thoughts that belong only to you. Your mind starts to breathe again. Your heart stops bracing for impact, stops waiting for the next demand, stops apologizing for needing rest. This is not loneliness. This is recalibration. And in this quiet space, something returns, your self-respect. The part of you that remembers, you were not born to be a container for other people's unprocessed lives. Your love was never meant to be a service. Your kindness was never meant to be a currency. Your empathy is not a debt to be collected. It is yours to give where it can grow, where it is held with care, where it is returned with warmth. This is not the end of your kindness. This is the beginning of your boundaries. And boundaries are not walls. They are doors. Doors that open for those who can walk with you and remain closed for those who only know how to lean. You did not lose anything. You came back to yourself. And that is how your kindness becomes wisdom. If you felt something awaken you while listening to this, if you recognized yourself in these words, then stay. Subscribe to DarkPhilsy. This is not just a channel. It is a place where we decode the patterns of the mind and reveal the parts of the self that the world teaches you to hide. You are not here to be drained. You are here to return to your power. You are not becoming colder. You are becoming clearer. And clarity is the beginning of freedom. This is DarkPhilsy. Decode shadows, unlock wisdom, shape your life.